Imagine a disease, silent, quick and deadly, eating away at your flesh from the inside. It's not a horror movie, it's a reality. This reality takes the form of a rare bacterial infection known as necrotizing fasciitis. A startling statistic from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reveals that about 1 in every 4 people who contracts this infection tragically loses their battle with it. Necrotizing fasciitis is no respecter of time. It can ravage skin, fat, and the tissue that blankets our muscles, all in a matter of hours. It's a relentless invader, showing no mercy as it consumes the very fabric of our bodies. And while we may think of it as an anomaly, a blip on the health radar, the truth is far more sobering. It's a silent predator, and it's more common than you think. Necrotizing fasciitis often begins with something as simple as a minor injury. It's a startling thought, isn't it? That a seemingly insignificant scrape or cut can provide the perfect gateway for bacteria to invade our bodies. It's not always about the severity of the wound, it's about the opportunity it presents. This flesh-eating disease doesn't discriminate, it takes advantage of any break in the skin, no matter how small. A tiny puncture from a thorn, a paper cut, even a blister can serve as an open door for these microscopic invaders. And once inside, they can wreak havoc, leading to a situation that is anything but minor. In the grand scheme of things, our skin serves as our first line of defense. It's a protective shield, warding off harmful intruders. So, when even the tiniest breach occurs, it's crucial to take it seriously, clean it promptly, and monitor it closely. It's a reminder that even the smallest wound should be taken seriously. What's scarier than a flesh-eating disease? Not being able to see it. Imagine a perilous predator unseen, quietly invading your body. This is the reality with necrotizing fasciitis, often dubbed the flesh-eating disease. In its early stages, this condition can be particularly challenging to identify. Its symptoms are deceptively ordinary, often mimicking those of much less severe illnesses. A slight fever, a hint of nausea, a little fatigue, these signs could easily be mistaken for a common cold or the flu. Yet, beneath this seemingly harmless facade, a fierce battle is underway. The bacteria are rapidly multiplying, consuming soft tissue at an alarming rate. It's akin to a ticking time bomb, except you're unaware of the countdown. So while you're treating yourself for a presumed bout of flu, the real enemy is waging a stealthy war within. It's an invisible enemy, lurking beneath the surface. Time is of the essence when it comes to necrotizing fasciitis. A moment's hesitation, a blink of an eye can spell the difference between life and death. This isn't your average infection, oh no, this is a disease that takes no prisoners. The bacteria responsible for this condition are relentless, spreading through the body at an alarming speed. Imagine this, in less than a day, what might start as a harmless scratch could transform into a life-threatening situation. Yes, you heard that right. Within 24 to 72 hours, if left untreated, this disease can claim a life. It's not just about the severity of the infection but the rapidity of its progression that makes it so dangerous. This is a war, a battle against an invisible enemy that won't stop until it has taken everything. In the fight against necrotizing fasciitis, every second counts, every moment matters, because in this battle, it's a race against time. The stakes are high when dealing with necrotizing fasciitis. This isn't a game you'd ever want to play, but when faced with this deadly disease, the risks are immense and the consequences dire. Complications that arise from necrotizing fasciitis can be as severe as they come in the medical world. First on this grim list is sepsis, a life-threatening condition that arises when the body's response to infection spirals out of control. When necrotizing fasciitis sets in, bacteria rapidly multiply, releasing toxins that can cause sepsis. And here's the chilling part. Once sepsis sets in, it can lead to septic shock, which can cause organ failure and ultimately, death. Then there's the potential for organ failure, a terrifying prospect in its own right. When the body is fighting a battle against an infection as aggressive as necrotizing fasciitis, it can lead to a chain reaction of organ dysfunction. The heart, liver, and kidneys may fail to work properly, further complicating the situation and making the fight against this disease even tougher. But the complications don't stop there. In some unfortunate cases, the only way to stop the spread of the infection is through limb amputation. Yes, it's as harsh as it sounds. Limb amputation is a last resort, a desperate measure to save a life at the cost of a limb. However, amidst this bleak picture, there is a ray of hope. Early detection and treatment of necrotizing fasciitis can dramatically increase survival rates. It's all about recognizing the symptoms early on, getting immediate medical attention, and starting aggressive treatment as soon as possible. Every minute counts when it comes to this flesh-eating disease. So, if you find yourself or someone else with symptoms that might indicate necrotizing fasciitis, don't hesitate, don't wait, seek medical help immediately. It's a high-stakes game and the only winning move is to act fast. Contrary to popular belief, necrotizing fasciitis is not just a flesh-eating disease. This common misconception may stem from its dramatic moniker, but the reality is far more complex. Necrotizing fasciitis, while most infamous for its rapid and devastating destruction of skin and soft tissue, is not limited to these areas. In fact, this ruthless infection possesses the ability to infiltrate far beyond the surface. It can reach into the deeper layers of muscle and even penetrate into our bloodstream. Once there, it's a race against time as the bacteria can spread rapidly throughout the body, potentially compromising vital internal organs. While the visual horror of skin and tissue necrosis is undeniably alarming, it's crucial to understand that the threat of necrotizing fasciitis extends far beneath what our eyes can see. This is not a disease that merely consumes flesh, it invades the entire body, threatening life at its core. It's not just a flesh-eating disease, it's a whole-body invader. Knowledge is power when it comes to necrotizing fasciitis. Indeed, with a condition as ruthless and as rapid as this, being armed with information can mean the difference between life and death. It's not just about knowing for the sake of knowing, it's about understanding the potential danger, recognizing the early symptoms, and taking immediate action. Imagine a world where everyone knew about necrotizing fasciitis, where every individual could identify the early red flags and seek medical help without delay. Wouldn't that be a world where we could significantly reduce the number of lives claimed by this silent predator? The power to create that world lies in our hands. It begins with you, with me, with all of us collectively. It starts with a simple act of sharing. Sharing this video, sharing this knowledge, could be the first step in creating a ripple effect that could potentially save countless lives. The early symptoms of necrotizing fasciitis might seem benign, a small cut, a minor injury, a bit of pain, a slight fever. But as we've learned, it's the speed at which this disease progresses that makes it so deadly. By the time the symptoms become severe, it might already be too late. Therefore, it's crucial to foster a culture of vigilance, to err on the side of caution, and seek immediate medical attention if you suspect anything. Remember, it's better to be overly cautious than to be caught off guard. By sharing this knowledge, we are not just educating others, we are equipping them with the tools to protect themselves and their loved ones. We are empowering them to be proactive about their health, to not take any symptom lightly, and to always seek professional advice. The fight against necrotizing fasciitis is not just a battle for medical professionals to wage, it's a battle for all of us. And in this battle, knowledge is our most potent weapon. So let's wield this weapon. Let's use it to protect ourselves and those around us. Let's use it to combat the fear and uncertainty that often surround diseases like necrotizing fasciitis. Share this video, spread the word, and help save lives from this silent predator. Necrotizing fasciitis might seem like a monster from a horror movie, but it's a real threat. This silent predator, often unseen until it's too late, is a stark reminder of the invisible battles our bodies can face. We've explored how it starts, the rapid progression, and the high stakes involved. This disease doesn't discriminate and can escalate with alarming speed, making early detection and immediate treatment critical. We've also addressed misconceptions, highlighting that this isn't a distant problem or one that only affects certain people. It can strike anyone, anywhere at any time. And that's why awareness is so crucial. It's our first line of defense. The call to action here is clear. Stay informed, know the signs, and seek medical help immediately if you suspect anything. Necrotizing fasciitis is a formidable foe, but armed with knowledge we can fight back. Stay aware, stay vigilant, and remember, knowledge is the best defense against this silent predator.